The next person who will read for us today is not only a poet, but a short story writer and a novel writer. So please welcome J. Tom Brown.
I wasn't trying to get out the back door. So I'd like to thank the editors for putting together Lingering in the Margins and making it happen, and to WriterHouse too, for Polly and Patsy and all who keep everything going here. And so when I got my acceptance, it really made my day and the next couple of days as well. So my endorphins were going. So I have two poems in the anthology, Conversation with a Coat and In a Dark Dream. And there are several things I like about writing poetry. There's a brevity to it, so you can say something in a page or less that might take 20 pages of short story prose. And there's also the way it easily lends itself to satirical elements. So a lot of what I write has satire and socially conscious bent in the poems. And there's also the prosody of words. So the beat and rhythm of music, I think, is related to like the beat and rhythm in poetry, and it's like coming from the same part of the brain. But at the same time, with poetry, you can try to reach people with the intellect, and the emotions. So just to get to it, so the first poem is Conversation with a Coat. And so when I write poetry, sometimes I'm thinking of music too as well. So this might have a Parisian street kind of sound to it, like an Edith Piaf song playing in the background. Names are the invisible shadows with which others clothe us, and we them, the sheaths of the souls within. They are entries in the phone book, or like a coat hanging on a chair. They are the outer layer. Memories are movies woven from dreams, clips of scenes carefully rearranged. Conversation was the thread between us. They couldn't hold on, the stitching unraveled and the elbows worn. Lift the handset, please, from the cradle when I call, and put your coat on the line. We can talk some kitsch to pass the time. The next poem is In a Dark Dream, and so this, you might imagine Peace in the Valley playing in the background. So that was originally a Thomas Dorsey gospel song, but Elvis Presley made it very popular, and I think it was 1958 on the Ed Sullivan Show. And it was a tribute to the Hungarian refugees in the Hungarian Revolution. And so Elvis features in the poem. Sleep, Elvis, dream of summer days gone by, in the heated beat of promise, the anticipation of something new, dancing on endless highways through the dashboard radio. Dream, Elvis, in the land of summer now, on the road of Gilgamesh and Enkidu, in the heat of hair-dryer winds, kicking blind in a simoom, the sheath of a grim giant. Shake it over the Tigris, rock in the Abu Ghraib, rattle and wail to tears and mourning in a pink Cadillac she had, blast them into the space-age baby oily pelvis. Rock and roll forever, in shifting desert sands, awash with the blood of ancients from your guitar hands, you are dancing in a dark dream. Where is the idol we once knew, Where has your song gone to? Take the road home to the land of promise. Give us back our dreams. We'll be waiting for you here. Okay. Thank you. So, last poem is a socially conscious poem I wrote a long time ago, and it's called Honeymoon in Harrisburg. So it came about through an alliance between Reagan and Regan, and which was an alliance between Wall Street, Goldman Sachs, and our government. And so the government defunded socially responsible programs such as federal funding to state mental institutions. And Byberry was a huge old mental institution outside of Philadelphia, and they shut it down during a cold snap, and homeless people just descended on Philadelphia. So a lot of them didn't have their meds, and were freezing. So this is Honeymoon in Harrisburg, and it's from a collection I just put out of 33 audio poems with the text as well. Leather-soled shoes do the get-ahead shuffle. Camel hair coats glide over the walk. Tight-fitting gloves grip black leather handles. Hat brims lower down to the cracks. Sally Two Skirts is walking through town. She's wearing two skirts, one to her knees and one to her thighs. She's got a crazy set of radish eyes and ragdoll hair tangled by the wind. She's howling, yelling in the air. I want some answers. I want answers now. If nobody can tell me, we'll go to Harrisburg. They have answers there. 2 blocks down, a gas station on the corner. There's a trash can at the curb where Toothless Bob has lunch. Bob lifts the lid, finds a couple Lucky Fries, shoves them between his hairy lips, then wipes his lizard hands on a tattered coat. The attendant steps outside and yells so loud you hear him on the other side of town. You're a man, you're a man, you're a man. The sky falls down. Bob pretends he doesn't hear, keeps on munching. Sally walks by. I want some answers. I want them now. Let's go to Harrisburg. They have answers there. Bob puts back the lid. When spring comes, they're nowhere to be found. Thank you.